the world of celebrity motherhood, the A-listers seem to be competing to lose their baby weight and get back to work as fast as possible.
It's like a race to get back to being skinnier than they were before they even got pregnant.
Losing weight is not about the baby. Losing weight is all about looking great in the pictures with the baby.
But these mums aren't just getting slim, they're getting super skinny.
When you see certain celebrities that you can see, look, your body type is genuinely meant to be a little bit curvy and you're fighting a force greater than yourself, it's just too much pressure. I think it's actually vanity gone mad. It's vanity over what your body needs and what your baby needs.
But in Hollywood, carrying a few extra pounds just isn't done.
If you ever want to go to the biggest madhouse in the world, go to LA. It's the only place where you can go into a petrol station and find high-protein, low-carb chocolate bars.
And it's one of these very small enclaves where everyone knows everyone else's business and gossip is disseminated from one to another, and who's thinner and who's eaten less is somehow a badge of honour and achievement, and which celebrity mum snapped back quickest is something aspirational.
When I go to these Hollywood award shows, I spend my whole night with my mouth wide open, aghast at how slim they are in person. And you'd think I'd learn by now, but even the visual images we see are a stone heavier than what these women look like in real life.
And in Hollywood, there's always a new workout that's guaranteed to shed those baby pounds fast. Kate Moss and Sadie Frost turned to pole dancing to shift their baby weight. But the latest A-list mums workout involves a wetsuit and suction pipes. You wouldn't wear it to a premiere, but it will ensure that you look fantastic as you hit the red carpet.
It's the new revolutionary treatment for losing cellulite and fat. But yeah, it is extreme.
It is extreme, but does it work? Mum of 3 Monique has been trying the extreme watercress soup diet for 3 days to see how easy and effective it is for an ordinary mum of 3 to try a celebrity diet.
I woke up this morning, I was quite grumpy with the children. I think it's to do with the low blood sugar, finding that quite hard. Getting on with the children, making sure that I'm eating, and constantly thinking about food.
She's struggling with the diet, and now we're asking her to road test this A-list exercise technique. Monique has agreed to give the Hypoxia Vacunaut a go. The machine claims to help you lose inches from your stomach and waist. Pressure is applied to those problem bulges, massaging and contracting the abdominal muscles, while the heat of the suit helps you to sweat away the toxins.
Really hot and sweaty. All the water's pouring off me at the moment.
But it costs a whopping £460 for 12 sessions. And when you've got 3 kids to look after, is it practical?
You're based at a gym, so you'd have to obviously visit the gym and obviously spend a good hour doing your exercise with the machine. So it's not really realistic for me with the family.
The way that these very famous celebrities that have hundreds of millions, have a staff of hundreds that can look after everything from the super nanny to the other nanny to the mother sometimes that can look after the baby. But what's sad is they are able to get down to this body weight. So how does that make the normal woman feel? What expectations are put on her that are unrealistic? You know what? She's probably still having to do the housework. She may be having to hold down a job and bond with the baby. But then at the same time, you know what? You've got to get back to be looking amazing.
So which celebrity sweated off her baby weight in a tiny 3 months? It was pint-sized princess Anna Friel.
Anna Friel looked great when she was pregnant. I thought she looked beautiful. Her hair was long and glossy, her skin was clear and glowing, her boobs were great. She looked great when she stepped out on the red carpet pregnant. She looked absolutely gorgeous.
12 weeks after giving birth, she'd shrunk from this to this.
But then, straight after birth, she's zipping up in a wetsuit, running on a treadmill, in complete desperation to lose this weight for a film role.
But it wasn't just a film role. Like many an actress before her, Anna had agreed to do a nude scene.
If there's a movie that's coming up and part of the demand is that we are filming 3 months after you're pregnant, we want to do a nude scene. We don't want you to look like a woman who's just had a baby.
That's so hard. I really feel sorry for her.
I feel really sorry for her, because she's then got to decide, look, this could be the break I've been working for the past 10, 15 years, and it could pass me by.
But Anna probably knows that if she can't or won't lose the weight, there are plenty of actresses to take her place.
I think it's harder when actresses aren't A-list. You know, if you're Catherine Zeta-Jones, they're gonna wait for you, or Nicole Kidman. But if you're someone who's B-list, you know, Anna Friel, good actress, but not particularly, you know, A-list, you know, she's got to be nervous about that kind of thing.
They have worked like trains to get where they are. They've done whatever's required. And A, they're not going to lose that for the sake of a baby. But B, what they have to do to get thin, like working out for 3 hours a day, isn't half as hard as getting to where they were. So, you know, 3 hours of workout a day is a piece of cake compared to trying to land your first big role in a movie. So for them, working out and doing what they have to do to maintain their position probably isn't that difficult for them. It's just something they have to do.
While the starlets are working hard to whittle away their baby weight, there are some mummies who are naturally blessed.
Models are sort of like a sort of breed of their own. I think people like Heidi Klum and Elle Macpherson and Claudia Schiffer and Kate Moss, they have these very slender physiques. Whether it's a natural physique, I don't know, but they are blessed in some way.
Kate Moss is just one of those really lucky people that we would all die to be, because she isn't a dieter, she loves her food, and she got her body back just like that because she's just bodily blessed. She's just lucky.
I will never look like that. I could starve myself until, you know, apocalypse time. I would never look like that. These girls are manufactured this way. They were engineered to look this way.
Blessed she may be, but Kate is vilified in the press for her apparent lack of maternal instinct.
The fact that she'd have a ciggy in one hand and a champagne glass in the other completely wiped out the fact that she actually had a bump there. I don't think she changed her lifestyle much during pregnancy, and certainly after pregnancy.
Look, I don't know what Kate Moss feels about her child. I've got no way of knowing whether she loves her very deeply or doesn't. I can't possibly judge her feelings for her baby. But certainly the impression that one gets from the pictures of Kate Moss is that, you know, the baby's not the primary factor in her life. You know, you see her cavorting about the place with Pete Doherty, you see her at rock festivals, you see her swanning in and out of exclusive soirees with Philip Green, but you don't really see her with the child, and you always wonder who's looking after the baby.
The model mums may be different from you and I, but there's one thing that many mums have in common: childbirth.
Having given birth 3 times, I would definitely say that having a baby is the most painful thing I can ever imagine experiencing. I went into my first labour totally certain I didn't want any drugs at all, thank you very much, and I had everything. I had pethidine, gas and air, epidural.
But some women are spared the pain of childbirth. Angelina Jolie, Claudia Schiffer, Madonna and Victoria Beckham all had caesareans, often performed as an emergency procedure.
I think caesarean sections have a definite association with complications. Now, all methods of giving birth have problems, but caesarean sections you're much more likely to have more serious complications and for them to take longer to recover from. So things like blood loss, infection, blood clots are much more common after caesarean birth than normal birth.
But rumour has it that some hospitals are performing caesareans with a bit of cosmetic surgery on the side.
You can go in, you have a little snip, baby comes out. Whilst you're down there, doctor, you just take up a couple of rolls of fat, so they snip that off, sew you up.
And hey presto, when the celebrity mum comes out, my God, she's got a flat stomach. It's so flat you could use it as an ironing board, you could serve dinner off it. How miraculous.
It's even been suggested that C-sections are being performed up to 6 weeks before the due date.
Babies who are born by planned caesarean sections 2 to 3 weeks before their due date are at definite risk of complications, and the biggest complication we see in those babies are breathing problems. The baby has to adapt very quickly from being inside the mother's womb to being born, and some babies, and the earlier you deliver a baby, the more likely it is to happen, will not make that switch.
But while losing the baby weight fast is good for the image, these high-risk procedures may help the illusion that some mothers are just perfect.
And then she'll reveal how hard she's been working out with her trainer and how arduously she's been doing her exercises and how she's got a stamina and a commitment that ordinary non-celebrity mums couldn't possibly hope to emulate. She's just better at everything than us. She's a better person. She's more committed, more disciplined, eats less, works out harder. Does she mention the tummy tuck? Does she? Hell, that is top secret.
The weight loss methods may be increasingly extreme, but the sizes that celebrity mums are shrinking to are at an all-time low.
Anytime an actress becomes so fixated on fashion, she can actually lose sight of what an appropriate body is.
It brings to mind something Linda Evangelista said, which was during the 90s when she was,